Join me as I dive into the world of school friendships and try to find out what really makes them so special. School friendships hold a special place in our hearts, and for good reason. These bonds shape our early social experiences, teaching us valuable lessons about trust, loyalty, and empathy. They help us navigate the ups and downs of adolescence, providing a sense of belonging and acceptance during a time when we're still figuring out who we are. Forming friendships in school can be tough, though. There's the pressure to fit in with certain crowds, the fear of being rejected or bullied, and the constant struggle to find our own identity amidst the chaos. On top of that, social dynamics can be tricky to navigate, with cliques and social hierarchies often forming without our consent. It's easy to get caught up in trying to impress others, rather than being true to ourselves. This can lead to feelings of anxiety and self-doubt, making it hard to establish genuine connections with others. And even when we do manage to form friendships, there's always the risk of drama and conflict, which can be overwhelming and draining. Despite these challenges, we often find ways to persevere and make meaningful connections with our peers. So, what is it about school friendships that make them so special? For one, they're often rooted in shared experiences and memories that can't be replicated elsewhere. We share moments of triumph and heartache, laughter and tears, and these shared experiences create a bond that's hard to break. School friendships are also unique because they're formed during a time of rapid growth and development, when we're constantly learning and evolving. This means that our friendships are often shaped by our formative moments, like our first crush, our first heartbreak, or our first major achievement. And let's not forget the role of daily interactions, seeing our friends every day, sharing lunch together, and partnering up for group projects. These small, everyday moments add up to create a deep and lasting connection with our peers. One of the most powerful aspects of school friendships, in my opinion, is their ability to transcend time and circumstance. I still remember the day my best friend from high school stood up for me during a particularly tough time. It was a small act of kindness, but it meant the world to me, and it solidified our bond in a way that's hard to explain. Years later, we're still close, despite being in different cities and pursuing different careers. There are countless stories like mine, where school friendships have stood the test of time and distance. These stories remind us that the bonds we form during our school days are truly special, and that they can have a lasting impact on our lives. The story I just shared is just one example of the depth and longevity of school friendships. These bonds are forged during a time of intense growth and exploration, and they can shape our lives in ways we're still discovering. School friendships are special because they're rooted in shared experiences, formative moments, and daily interactions. They teach us valuable lessons about trust, loyalty, and empathy, and they provide a sense of belonging and acceptance during a time when we need it most. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's your favorite school friendship memory? Don't forget to check out my next video, where I'll be exploring another aspect of school life that's really special.